Hey guys, it's Colin, and welcome back to Game 2 of our little Worlds deck tournament for 2011 Worlds format. So this is the top four, me versus Aiden. If you haven't watched the first game, this is actually Game 2, so if you haven't watched the first game, I greatly encourage you to do so you can at least find out who wins or watch the game, because I'm about to release a bit of a spoiler in a few seconds, so... link should be in the description. If not, I mean, it should be on the sidebar or whatever. It's got a very, very similar name to this game, so yeah. Anyways, this is game 2, and here the spoilers begin. Aiden gets to go first because he did lose the first game. So he's gonna lead off with a Yanma and a Magnemite. Pretty much how you want to start off with Yanma, because it can't really get donked, and it can always retreat to a better attacker turn 1, like a Pichu or a Cleffa or whatever you have teched in there. So it's perfect. He does a communication. I'm not sure what he put back, but I'm sure he'll show us in a few seconds. He put back a Magneton. So yeah, he's playing the Yanmega Magnezone, otherwise known as Megazone deck. And I'm playing Magnabor. So he's, I mean, pretty much we're playing, two different Magnezone type decks, but they revolve around Magnezone, him using his Lost Burn attack and his Magnetic Draw ability, which are both pretty game-changing at every certain time in the game, and they are really the engine of the deck. And just like I had said earlier, why it's good to start with Yanma is you can always switch out to something with its free retreat or its free flight ability, rather, where if it has no energies attached, it has free retreat. And then he goes ahead and eeks, and I believe he gets a heads. Or no, it looks like he gets tails, so he's asleep. I explained his ability in the first video, so I'm not going to go over it again, or what he does. I should have waited for him to stop shuffling and drawing before I did my turn, but I was just eager and anxious. Basically, I communication back one half to the Rayquaza Deoxys Legend, got myself a Cleffa. Now I'm communicationing back a Magnezone to get a Tepig. The League promo Tepig. I actually used to have the promo Tepigs, which were the best Tepigs to run at the time, but I lent them to some people. Some people from my area, and I don't know, they just took them or whatever. It didn't really matter. They weren't as good anymore, so just had to dig up some old League promos. I don't have an energy to attach to retreat to use Cleffa this turn, so I just go ahead and pass. His Cleffa wakes up from sleep, and he attaches a lightning energy to a Magnemite. This matchup I always thought was the most fun out of the decks to play, or at least this one versus Reshifusion of the time. Those decks and these matchups were always so much fun, because I mean the games didn't just end right away. You didn't just think, oh man, I'm gonna lose because my opponent took is at 2 prizes and I'm at 6 or whatever. There was always a lot of comebacks and a lot of things like that. And pretty much Aiden communications away. I didn't see what he did. Gets a Yanmega, retreats to Yanmega, does a reversal, and gets a Tails. Ugh. Thank God. Because if he would have gotten a heads, he would have knocked out that Tepig, which pretty much would have lost me the game almost, unless I got 2 more out the next turn. So what Yanmega's attack does, he has 2 attacks, or she, Sonic Boom and Linear Attack. Sonic Boom does 70 damage, straight up. Don't include weakness or resistance, I believe. And his other attack does his other attack is called Linear Attack, and it does 40 damage to any Pokemon on the field, or I think just bench Pokemon or something. But pretty much you mainly used it to snipe things like Cleffas and Magnemites if you had damage on it already, or use Spray Splash, things like that. And now the best thing about Yanmega, which you might have already noticed, is to attack, he doesn't take any energies to attack. Now, he does, but his ability, I believe it's called Insight, allows him to attack for free if he and I have the same number of cards in hand. So he can manipulate that by drawing cards with Magnezone's Magnetic Draw ability, or using Copycat or cards like Judge, things like that, to always have the same number of cards in hand and be able to attack for free. Which was, I mean... that's what made the deck so good. Now, I was okay with him taking the knockout on the Cleffa because, the Magnemite, I guess, because I was able to right away promote my Cleffa on the bench, get another one, twins, and pretty much pray to get a Magnemite off of whatever I was doing. But since I didn't, I just passed. And he was able to knock it out right away. I must have had a good hand or something, because normally you would just eek. But I trust myself in that I had a good hand and didn't misplay. Oh, I guess I had a collector and energies to throw on the board. Maybe I just wanted to knock out this Yanmega right away if I could. I get the Reshiram, so maybe that's a possibility. I couldn't really see my hand, so we don't really know exactly what I had. Get those two Magnemites just in case he's able to knock them out for whatever reason. Pokemon Reversal or Linear Attack with something else, who knows. You just want to make sure you have those up, because that's, I mean, at one point in the game you need those to be ready. Otherwise you're just playing a really clunky Reshiram list, and that deck wasn't exactly good during the time. Or it wasn't good ever. I mean, it was fun, whatever. And I get Tails, thank God. I don't want him knocking anything out, unless he has a reversal, in which case that would pretty much suck. That would ruin my day pretty fast. So he's going to go ahead and contemplate. He benches a Horsey, which lets me know I'm on a clock here. If he gets that thing roaring, he can start linear attacking things on the bench. Nothing is safe, even without reversal. He does a communication, puts back Kingdra Prime, so it's not looking like he's going to get it within the next turn. Unless he, has a supporter, draws into it. Otherwise. And he goes ahead and gets Magnezone. I don't know what he's doing, peering into the playing field. We were sitting with a bunch of friends. We had a lot of people gather up and watch both matches that were going on during the time. So we were just kind of chatting, having fun, Rare Candy's into Magnezone. Probably my worst fear. Attaches a lightning for the turn to the Magnezone. And I just kind of look at his discard pile. And then he plays a Judge. So Judge is going to be good for him, so that way he can attack. And he can he can attack for free. And that way he can get more cards. He can also, 4 may seem like a low number, but he can also magnetic draw if he wants more. That kind of thing. If you can play, if you can play 2 cards off his Judge, that's perfect. So he can magnetic draw for 2 and then play those 2 cards, and still have the same number of cards in hand. Oh wow! It looks like he drew that Kingdra and I think a Rare Candy. So he's not complaining, other than the fact that he can't knock something out this turn. But he should be fine if he's able to. If he's able to linear attack the Magnemite, that way he can still Spray Splash it the next turn and take a knockout. So definitely Aiden has the better field right now, unless I'm able to get a Magnezone and throw a whole bunch of energies onto the field this turn, which we'll see how that works out. I play an Oaks after attaching a Lightning Energy to Reshiram, which is usually no good. You usually want to save those Lightning Energies for your Magnezones or your Rayquaza Deoxys Legends, which we haven't seen one of those come into play yet, but I'm sure we will within these next few games here, or next game, or whatever. That was a good card, or 2 cards, and played an important role in the Magnezone Emboar deck. At least I think so. I think some lists didn't play it, but to be honest, that's how you made comebacks, and it worked perfectly with twins. Let's see, I tried a Rare Candy into Energy Retrieval, and it looks like that's not going to fly. Rare Candy into Magnezone Prime. Just checking out my discard. I want to see what's in there. See what I can Junk Arm for. See what resources I do and don't want to use up so fast. And yeah, I have that plus power in hand, which is perfect for using 1 energy to knock out Yanmega Primes with Magnezone Prime. But I have to discard it with Junk Arm, and I get Rare Candy. Or something, I have no idea. I think communication, maybe. I retreat Cleffa for Reshiram, get that other energy I wanted after the magnetic draw. Use, I don't even know what his attack is. Discard 2, a lot of fires do 120 damage. Fire Blast, Flame Blast, I don't even know. That's bad that I don't know that. He's Junk Arming away Seadra, and another card, the Magnemite. Hopefully trying to get that rare candy. Get the Kingdra. That way he can spray splash the Magnemite on the bench for a knockout. Now, I left that to him on purpose. Don't think I made a misplay there, evolving the other Magnezone. This deck, I found, utilizes Twins way better than I ever thought. And I was able to, you're able to just win if you stay with at least even or below prizes until the very end. You can just use Rayquaza Deoxys Legend to take your last two. So I have the 40 damage there. So just for him to fall into my trap of knocking it out. I mean, honestly, he doesn't have another option. He does have to knock it out. I don't even know how many energies are on that Magnezone, so I kind of spread them out for him. He attaches another one. And oh boy, he is able to pretty much knock out anything in the game. And he goes ahead and magnetic draws or something. I thought he already magnetic drew, so maybe he did it twice now that I'm catching that, or I don't know. Honestly, wow, I didn't see that before. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the game too much. Probably won't. To be honest, he's already got pretty much what he wants down and going. So I can't imagine this is going to be too hard of a game for him to at least have in control. But yet, he does probably want to get another Magnemite into play here. He wants to get Yanmegas. He wants to stream attackers fluently. You know, the deck doesn't have any energy acceleration really, so using cards like Magnezone to be your main attacker is not very good. Or at least it can't work for the whole game. So there I go, at communication, something away. Get a Rayquaza Deoxys Legend, his worst fear. Attach 2 energies to it with Inferno Fandango. Attach another one, and then a Lightning Energy. So I will be able to do 140 damage, knocking out his Magnezone. And all of a sudden, what seemed like a game that was totally in Aiden's grasp is now probably in mine. I'm going to be taking 2 prize cards with this knockout. So there's really nothing he can do. I mean, other than pray and, you know, hope that I miss the attack one of these turns and he's able to load up something. I use Twins, which is why I'm able to get so much stuff into play right off the bat. And I just start knocking things out. So yeah, and I just discard 3 energies for the knockout. Bam, take 2 prizes with his ability. So basically Rayquaza Deoxys' ability is that it does 140 damage for 2 fires, 1 lightning, and 1 colorless. So, and then discard all fires attached to him. And it does 150, I believe. I don't know if I've already said that. And his ability, Space Virus, is you basically get to take an extra prize card for anything you knock out. So that Magnezone Prime counted as 2 prizes. So that really swung things in the other direction. It's a fluent attacker, and it's able to stream pretty easy as long as I got energy retrievals or fishermen at hand. And it's especially great if I have 2 lightning on it, and I'm only discarding 2 fire per turn instead of 3. So then it turns itself into a Reshiram that basically can attack and do more damage and take more prizes. So this is not good for Aiden. He benches a Yanma, spray splashes the Cleffa? I think he changes his mind on that. It doesn't really matter where he spray splashes. I can't see that coming into play too often. I think he's actually going to spray splash to the Emboar, yeah. That way, if he can do 2 Sonic Booms to knock it out. I mean, it's better than any other idea I could see happening, so, I mean, why not? If he has a spray splash, he should utilize it. And there I go, I have the Fisherman right in hand. I twinsed for it last turn. I mean, he's had to be expecting that after I twinsed. So I attached 2 fires, and I accidentally attached 2 more. An accident. I forgot about having to discard all the fires at that point, and I was like, oh, wait. And he allows me to take it back because he's a good sport. And yeah, I wanted to say thank you for that, because had I not done that, that would have been a really stupid play, and I could lose this game because of that. Just a simple mistake like that. So I attached the 2 down to Reshiram. And communication, or whatever, I had communication for the Reshiram. I think, I don't know, I lost track there after my horrid misplay. I think I actually did that once at Worlds, and yeah, that was not good. And then I still actually won though. For those of you who don't know, I played in Grinders that year. Got to the third round and lost, sadly. Lost on playing two supporters in one turn. I had game pretty much, and I was just judging just to make sure to thin out his like 20 card hand. And I'd already played an Elm, or not an Elms, an Oaks, and yeah, it was a sad story. So I got the game lost, and he already won one game, and I lost. Otherwise, I would have been playing in Worlds that year. So, anyways, I judge, throw us both down to 4. A magnetic draw, and then I take 2 prizes off of Cleffa. Now, 150 on the Cleffa seems like overkill, but it really does work when when you need it to. I mean, the whole point of using the RDL is so that you're knocking out something always, and that you're using Space Fires to take more prizes. So it really doesn't matter, what you're knocking out, because you're still taking an extra prize. I don't play any reversals in my list, so I mean, it's not like a huge deal. I just looked through my Discord pile, see if there's a switch in there. Maybe I can just junk arm for it. Aiden's praying I don't have a switch or something. I mean, I only need to take 1 prize, so that means I only need 1 of any energy. And I can attack with Reshiram and knock him out. I guess he forgot to spray splash or something, so he's spray splashing right now. I think he hits the Cleffa or Magnezone. I don't know. Doesn't really matter at this point. I had the 1 energy in hand. So I go ahead and throw that down. And after this turn, if I hit a switch, there's nothing you can do, and I win. What seemed like a game that was completely not in my favor, it just has turned around. So I get the energy retrieval, attach 2 energies. I figure I'm going to be playing an Oaks this turn, so if I can hit the required amount of energies off of that, which means I only need 1 more energy, then I win. And there's the switch. So I switch. Blue Flare, that's the attack Reshiram has. And I take the knockout. Thanks for watching, guys. There should be a link to the first game, as well as a link to the finals match, which if you guys want to watch right after that, you can. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay tuned and watch our channel for more matches, more older formats, different formats, all that sort of thing. Thanks, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and also comment just any misplays. Point them out. We want to make fun of those players who made misplays, including me with that RDL fail. Anyways, bye.